I have been buried in financial reports all morning, trying to find something that isn't just another AI hype train.
All right, good luck.
But I think I actually found one. A real hidden engine in the Japanese market. We're doing a deep dive today into Shinobu Foods, ticker 2903.
Right, and most people probably haven't heard that name.
No, probably not. But if you've ever grabbed, say, an onigiri or a bento from a FamilyMart in Japan, you've tasted their product.
They're literally feeding the country behind the scenes, and the data right now is suggesting a really fascinating setup. I was flipping through the Shikiho,
Japan Company Handbook, yeah.
the Bible for Tokyo investors,
Yeah.
and the analysts there gave this stock the Nikori icon, the smiley face.
The famous smiley face. And that's not just like a cute little emoji they throw on things, right?
No, it's a serious signal. In the Shikiho, that face means one thing: a massive upward revision in their forecasts.
How massive are we talking?
For Shinobu, they're projecting net income to almost double. We're looking at a jump from about 996 million yen to 1.68 billion yen.
Wow. Okay, so smiley face, profits exploding. But as I was crunching the numbers, I kind of hit a wall.
Oh, yeah.
The PBR, the price to book ratio, is 1.23x. And in Japanese value investing, isn't the golden rule to find something below 1? A PBR of 1.23, I mean, that implies we're paying a premium. It doesn't exactly scream deep bargain to me.
See, and that is the classic trap. That's where so many investors would just stop.
Right.
If you get fixated on book value here, you completely miss the real story. You have to ignore the assets for a second and look at it as a cash machine.
Okay, so look at sales instead, the PSR.
Exactly. Look at the price-to-sales ratio. The discrepancy is huge.
Right.
The company's market cap is around 20 billion yen,
Okay.
but their sales forecast is nearly 62 billion yen.
Whoa.
That gives them a PSR of just 0.33x.
So wait, let me get this straight. For every 1 yen I invest in the stock, I'm buying 3 yen of actual sales revenue.
That's the math. You're
Yeah.
buying a cash-generating machine for pennies on the dollar relative to its throughput, and it's totally safe. It's basically debt-free. They're holding 6.2 billion yen in cash against only 5.3 billion in debt. It's a fortress.
That definitely changes the picture. But, a lot of Japanese companies just hoard cash. Does Shinobu actually have a plan for it?
Oh, they have a plan,
Yeah.
and it's way more than just letting it sit. This is where it gets aggressive. They've announced what I'm calling a buyback bazooka.
A bazooka, huh? I see the announcement. A 1 billion yen share buyback? Is that really big enough to be a bazooka?
For a company with a 20 billion yen market cap, 1 billion is absolutely massive. That's them taking 5% of the entire company off the market.
5%. Okay, that's significant.
But here's the kicker. You have to combine that buying pressure with their shareholder structure. Shinobu Foods has a really low floating stock percentage.
Right, I saw that. It's only about 35% of their shares that are actually available to trade.
So when you have that few shares available, that low liquidity, and then you fire a buyback bazooka into the market,
You create a supply and demand problem.
a huge imbalance. The company becomes this massive buyer in a market with very few sellers. It's a mechanical setup for a potential price squeeze.
So the low float acts like an accelerant. The price has to go up just to find someone willing to sell.
It creates a floor under the stock and a catalyst at the same time. And, hey, while you wait, you're safe. They've raised the dividend 7 times in the last 10 years. 0 cuts.
Okay, so cheap cash machine, a supply squeeze, solid dividends. But isn't a buyback just, financial engineering? Is there any actual business growth here?
That brings us to the final piece, the Onigiri Revolution.
The Onigiri Revolution.
They're not just happy with Japan's convenience stores.
Yeah.
They're planning to export Japanese soul food to the world. They're already in Hong Kong.
Okay.
But the big target is the U.S. market by March 2026.
Hold on. Shipping rice balls to America. I mean, I've tried to freeze cooked rice. It thaws out into this dry, crumbly disaster. How do they solve that quality problem?
That's the whole secret sauce. They're leveraging new freezing technology. It's designed specifically to keep the moisture and texture of the rice perfect after it's thawed.
Ah, so it's a tech play.
It's a tech play that could solve the logistics problem that has kept onigiri a local food for, forever.
And with Japanese culture just booming everywhere right now, a high-quality, ready-to-eat onigiri in the U.S., that could be huge.
Exactly. So if they crack the U.S. market with this, that revenue ceiling we talked about just vanishes completely.
So to sum it all up, What we're looking at here is a company that's undervalued on its sales. It's firing a buyback bazooka to soak up its own scarce shares.
And it's taking a legitimate swing at a massive global export market.
It's a rare mix of safety, shareholder returns, and a real moonshot growth story.
That smiley face in the handbook definitely seems to be onto something.
It really does.
So I guess the final question for you to think about is this. With that stock being so scarce, and that buyback bazooka creating all this buying pressure, if some good news about that U.S. expansion actually hits the wire, just how fast could this thing move?
Something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.